Part 1. Suspending Prejudice. History of Knowledge. Claims we understand. But Edmund Husserl struck a blow to intellectual ego, stating we see through blurry lens of old biases. He proposed epoche, suspending all judgment, not denying reality, but a brave mental discipline act, putting all beliefs and fixed assumptions into mental brackets. Imagine your mind is cluttered room, filled with labels. Epoche demands cleaning, leaving empty space to receive reality, exactly as present. The first step towards mental freedom. At Harvard University, cognitive psychology studies revealed dark phenomenon called confirmation bias. Science proves our brains filter info, matching existing beliefs, ignoring everything else. If you believe someone is bad, every single action becomes negative fuel. You aren't observing the person truly. You observe your own reflected bias. This mental trap makes life dry, full of conflict. Husserl wants you to break cage using epoche blade, returning to observation. Imagine your life is fast movie running on screen. Usually you are lost in plot, swept by emotions, forgetting the nature of what happens. Epoche is like pressing pause button on any frame. When film stops, script vanishes instantly. Judgments of right or wrong fade. Only observation remains. Light, color, form. Now you aren't watching a movie. You see essence of the image. In daily life, facing any crisis, press pause button. Put old definitions into mental brackets. You will realize, stripping away prejudice, reality appears with beauty and empathy, unseen before now. Husserl concept intersects with Eastern mind, not hollow head, but spacious mind, unattached to patterns, reflecting reality truly, like bright mirror. When mind is truly empty, ego stops judging existence, allowing things to speak their essence. Flower needs no labels of beauty. It just lives vibrantly before you. Person needs no labels of success. They are phenomenon, moving before eyes. This liberation gives you ultimate power. Power to live within the truth, instead of illusions. Practicing epoche requires continuous sharp awareness. Ask yourself deeply, am I seeing truth or bias? Facing hard situations, don't react instantly. Be silent, observe. Like a phenomenologist. Don't name it. Don't analyze theories. Just be present with the phenomenon. The sharpest knife to peel layers of mental ghosts. Once labels disappear, you become flexible, more compassionate, steady. Ending this cut. Epoche is freedom, no longer victim of social prejudice or past ghosts. You are watcher with open heart. If you drop what others say and what you say about yourself, what is your true remaining essence? Can you pause the movie now, staring at essence of this frame? This leads deeper to next cut, where consciousness begins shaping your world. Part 2. Intentionality shapes world. After using epoche to suspend bias, we face a tough burning question. If labels disappear, what remains inside? Edmund Husserl answers with intentionality concept, stating a shocking truth about mind. Consciousness is never an empty box. It is always consciousness of something. You aren't just thinking but always thinking of goals, loving a person, or fearing ghosts. Mind is like a powerful flashlight. In the dark, the beam itself has no shape, but where it points, world appears, becoming your reality. Intentionality is the inseparable link between watcher and object. You hold flashlight, and what appears is your choice. At Princeton University, cognitive psychology studies on selective attention offer real evidence matching Husserl's vision. Scientists performed the invisible gorilla experiment, asking participants to count ball passes by a team, focusing on target. Most people completely missed a gorilla walking across court right before eyes. This research proves our consciousness doesn't reflect world passively, like a camera. Instead, mind actively constructs reality by filtering million data, focusing only on what it seeks. If consciousness points at failure and personal constant flaws, then even opportunities passing by like that invisible gorilla remain unseen by your blind eyes. Imagine consciousness is a telegraph sent from your mind, pointing at past. Pain awakens it, becoming heavy reality, suffocating your present, but pointing telegraph at practical solutions. The path out becomes clear instantly. Many are victims of their own unconscious intentionality patterns, using precious light to see lacks and social criticism, then wondering why world is dark. Husserl wants you to realize that you cannot change the external darkness, but you fully control the beam. Changing consciousness target doesn't just change your internal thoughts, it changes structure of experienced reality. This Husserl idea touches Eastern wisdom. All things are created by mind. The surrounding world is chaotic and neutral until mind projects intentionality there. If mind points at hatred, world becomes a battlefield. If mind points at compassion, world becomes understanding garden. Mind creates reality, is not magic, turning stone to real physical gold. It talks about shaping essential experience, like a sculptor seeing hidden gods inside raw stone. Your directed attention is the chisel, removing excess parts, revealing desired essence. Mastering intentionality requires sharp observation discipline. Husserl doesn't teach empty daydreaming, instead controlling attention to touch real essence. Facing any adversity, ask yourself deeply, where is my consciousness pointing now? If pointing at self-pity, turn the flashlight beam towards action steps. This is only way to avoid drowning in negativity. You must command Your consciousness telegraph. Instead of letting random environment stimuli or past ghosts pull it away, real liberation begins when realizing that world doesn't just appear before you. It appears how you prepared to see it clearly. Ending this cut. Reality is not fixed outside us, but a product of purposeful interaction. Each moment you pay real attention, you participate in building personal universe. Is your beam pointing at wounds, letting them bleed, or pointing at untapped present potential? Realize you are programming the brightness of your life through your focus. This leads deeper to next cut. Returning to Lifeworld. Feeling things truly before any language or theories interfere. Part 3. Returning to Lifeworld. After mastering consciousness, Edmund Husserl points a sharp blade at modern civilization. He calls it Lebenswelt, or the life world of experience, vibrant and raw, before any language or scientific definitions interfere and distort. Husserl saw a tragic human loss, losing the ability to feel reality directly as it truly appears. Now we see rivers and think H2O. We see trees and think photosynthesis. We see people and think status, living in symbols and abstract numbers, building theoretical models that completely hide the bright foundation of our existence. Husserl demands you tear the maps, touching the ground. At Oxford University, raw experience studies reveal striking facts about our brain. The neural system reacts to stimuli instantly before logic begins to act. Science proves that touching an ice block creates coldness within the nerves. But milliseconds later, brain labels it 0 degrees Celsius. That specific millisecond of labeling dilutes your essential experience. Oxford research emphasizes those staying connected to pre-scientific experience have higher creativity and deeper empathy. Instead of data, they see world as meaningful phenomena. Overusing theories transforms us into dry shells, living formulas instead of life. Imagine standing in a summer rain. Through scientific lens, you see condensation, atmospheric pressure shifts, and gravity acceleration. But using Lebenswelt to cut definitions, reality changes completely. You feel coldness seeping into skin, the heavy scent of wet earth, rhythmic tapping sounds, and nature's joy. Rain is not a meteorological event. It is experience. Husserl wants realization that scientific world is just abstraction from this life world. Without initial wetness, formulas mean nothing. We read menus, but forget food. Study maps, but forget the path. This Husserl idea matches Eastern wisdom of present living, not a dogma, but pure awareness. Feeling the moment without any judgment. Drinking tea now. Feel the heat. Smell the leaves. Taste the bitterness. Then the sweetness. Don't think process. Don't think price. Don't use it to escape sorrow. When thoughts settle, tea's pure essence appears most radiantly. This is Lebenswelt. East teaches us. When eating, eat. When walking, walk. Simple power escaping hollow dry theories, impoverishing modern souls. Returning to Lifeworld requires brave trust in your experience over social labels. Husserl doesn't reject science but demands life as foundation. Seeing someone cry, don't analyze nerves. Feel the pain and heavy presence of their sorrow. Facing grand mountains, let greatness touch before brain calculates height or geology. Only way healing. Modern human fragmentation, good at analysis, but bad empathy. Ending this cut. Greatest reality lies in simplest things. No need being scientist or philosopher to touch truth. Be a watcher, dropping old maps, walking bare feet on reality's ground. Truth isn't formulas or complex words. Truth is first touch, full breath, and heart's vibration. Facing life's beauty, ready to stop, labeling the world, ready to touch. When last time you saw family without definitions of father, mother, wife? This leads deeper to final cut, finding unchanging core, understanding pure essence of self and the entire universe. Part 4. Intersubjectivity bridge. After returning to the vibrant life world, we face a haunting intellectual abyss. If every experience lives inside consciousness, how do I know others exist? Is the world just my solo performance of mind? Edmund Husserl solves this lonely nightmare using intersubjectivity, stating that ego is never an island in ocean. From its essence, mind is social and deeply communal. Seeing another person, you see more than moving objects. Through intuitive empathy, you recognize a second center of consciousness like yourself. Intersubjectivity is the bridge between two shores of mind, transforming solitary experience into a shared, common world together. This Husserl cut helps us escape the cage of selfishness and isolation, realizing our existence is only complete with others present. At Oxford University, social psychology and shared reality theory offer strong evidence for this concept. Scientists prove when two people observe and share emotions, their brains begin a miraculous synchronization. Research shows we don't build reality on personal senses alone. Instead, we constantly calibrate perception through others' gazes. Without this link, humans face cognitive confusion and loss of life orientation. Oxford emphasizes that empathy is not a social skill, but a biological and spiritual foundation for human survival. Living in isolation, lacking intuitive empathy, is the root of modern loneliness and social fractures. Imagine you and a friend standing before abstract paintings, initially having private, directed beams of personal intentionality focus. But the moment you see them smile or cry, Intersubjectivity explodes instantly. You see art, not just through your own eyes, but through theirs. The painting's world becomes our world. Husserl wants realization that others are mirrors reflecting your own hidden corners. Their presence doesn't limit your world. It expands reality. Many times over, we never understand self in rooms. We find the great ego by touching the empathetic world of we. This Husserl idea resonates with Eastern interbeing philosophy, especially on interconnected nature. Interbeing means this exists because that exists. Nothing is truly independent alone. You aren't yourself without parents, natures, food, or people weaving life's web. The Chinese character for human shows two lines leaning. If one leaves, the other falls. Husserl and East meet on one truth. Life's essence is mutual dependence. Hurting others, you hurt the intersubjective structure sheltering you. This understanding is not just moral, but a realization of reality's nature. To live with compassion and responsibility, practicing intersubjectivity requires dropping arrogant ego to truly listen to the others. Living phenomenon now. Husserl teaches that empathy is not logical deduction of what others think, but opening consciousness to receive their experience as reality. Facing angry people or suffering hearts. Apply this cut. Try to feel where their beam is clouded by their personal pain. Touching their world, conflicts begin vanishing, making space for harmony and peace. This is the key for relationships and human communities, where everyone is an essential piece of shared reality. Ending this cut. Loneliness is just an illusion of those ignoring minds. True social nature. You are never alone because community and shared world exist in every breath and thought. Others' presence is not a barrier, but a condition to reach freedom and pure essence. Have you ever looked into a stranger's eyes, recognizing a conscious universe of pain and desire like yours? When was the last time you melted into we, feeling life's greatness? This leads to the final cut. Finding unchanging cause. To understand the true face of self and universe. Part 5. Phenomenological reduction. Finding the core. After peeling layers of prejudice, consciousness, and shared reality, Edmund Husserl brings the final cut. The ultimate goal. Phenomenological reduction. A rigorous process of mental distillation, stripping away everything accidental and temporary. Finding the core. Husserl called eidos, or pure essence. He realized humans are easily fooled by diverse appearances, chasing fleeting shadows, forgetting the structure shaping our existence. This reduction cut is mental rebirth, helping you avoid information forest chaos, touching the solid truth of self. At Harvard University, studies on essentialism and invariant recognition offer empirical proof for Husserl vision. Scientists asked participants To observe hundreds of chair variations, different colors, materials, classic or modern, the brain possesses a miraculous ability, extracting the essence, a seat with a back support. Harvard research proves true intelligence lies not in details, but seeing cause, unchanging amid shifts. Lacking this reduction makes humans overwhelmed by surface changes, leading to anxiety and lost orientation. When forms collapse, imagine Husserl reduction is peeling onion. Outer layers are social prejudices, then fleeting emotions, then dry scientific theories. Keep peeling back, putting everything into brackets using epoche. Ask yourself deeply, removing this color, is it still? Removing this shape, does it exist? Finally hitting core, pure and white, where essence lives, untouched by environment. In personal life, this cut demands stripping away titles, wealth and fame, and social roles. When accessories vanish, the pure consciousness remaining is you. Truth needing no validation to exist. Husserl pure essence perfectly matches Eastern original face concept. Your true face before parents' birth, the primordial essence, unpolluted by dust, of the world. East teaches us, looking into heart, seeing your nature, matches Husserl reduction, unattached to forms, reaching suchness or seeing things truly. Diamonds in mud, or on crowns, are still diamonds. Your pure consciousness and core dignity remain vibrant despite fame or despair. If you reduce illusions of circumstance, practicing reduction requires brutal self-honesty. Husserl rejects hollow comfort-seeking instead. The solid core, standing in storms, facing great loss. Use this cut. What truly left? What is essence? You will realize what left was just temporary shells. Your ability to experience and love is actually invariant. This brings peace and unbreakable strength. No longer leaves blown by fate. You are roots watching time flow. Ending Husserl journey. Phenomenology is art of mindful living, suspending bias and mastering directed focus, returning to Lifeworld, connecting as we finally reducing to find the essence. You wear a perfect intellectual armor, no longer seeing through broken mirrors, but piercing vision. What is your essence after stripping all worldly layers? Dare you face your core now? Remember, truth is not what you possess but how you witness essence. World changes but phenomenological gaze finds eternal solid ground within your soul.